Residents in Plymouth gathered Tuesday night to learn more about a registered sex offender moving into their neighborhood. 31-year-old Norberto Niera is a level 3 sex offender, which is the highest risk to reoffend. Niera was convicted in 2005 when he was a juvenile for using force to engage in sexual contact with a young girl he knew. A large crowd showed up to learn more about Niera, the only level 3 sex offender currently living in Plymouth. Representatives with Plymouth Police and the Minnesota Department of Corrections were on hand to answer questions.
And so really providing critical information on how to talk to their children and how to provide really critical and basic information to those kids in an age-appropriate way, all the way from the young ages on up and through to adulthood is critical for folks.
Police say Niera moved into a place near 18th Avenue North in Niagara Lane. A troubled Brooklyn Park apartment complex could soon have new owners. Huntington Place has a reputation for livability problems and high rates of criminal activity. At one point, the mayor called the property's management company slumlords. The Brooklyn Park City Council has been working with that company, Plymouth-based Dominion Management, to address those problems. But many of the solutions, especially for the crime, have been too slow to develop for the city's taste. Mayor Jeff Lundy says that's why he's excited for the possibility that Aon, a Minneapolis nonprofit affordable housing company, could buy the property. He says residents are tired of the current situation.
They're sick of being victimized by people who run roughshod over the whole complex. And so we've had those discussions with Aon about the security challenges, what we're willing to do and work with them. And so we believe we have a partner that's going to help tackle those issues in a proactive way.
If the deal goes through, the upgrades Dominion is working on would still happen as part of the sale agreement. Aon already manages another property in our area, Carrington Drive Apartments over in Brooklyn Center. Golden Valley residents can expect to see fewer garbage trucks on the streets beginning in April. The City Council voted to change the days of collection from 5 days a week to 2. Trash haulers will only be able to collect trash on Mondays and Fridays. However, some residents say the changes still aren't good enough.
Make a decision. But I don't want to see a company feeling like they can go into neighborhoods 2 times in a week. That's just crazy on our roads.
My take on Councilmember Clausen's recommendation to add a day to the service was not to visit your neighborhoods twice ever. It's way too inefficient.
The city currently has a total of 8 licensed trash haulers. The city's goal is to get that number down to 4. The city of Robbinsdale will no longer sell tobacco in its municipal wine and spirits store. The change will happen after the end of the year. Council members in the majority say the decision to stop selling tobacco at its city store is a public health issue. Those voting against point out tobacco sales previously generated around $10,000 a year that went into the park and recreation budget. Robbinsdale also recently limited the sale of flavored tobacco and raised the age to buy tobacco to 21. Student leaders at North Hennepin Community College are working toward making their school a hunger-free campus. To earn that designation, students held an outreach event to talk about hunger. They encouraged people to illustrate what hunger means to them on a paper plate. A survey of Minnesota technical and community colleges revealed more than 40% of students worry about running out of food.
So we're just helping students know about the food cupboard that we have here on campus and just asking what hunger means to them and how it affects them or their families. And we're giving them resources to help them.
Part of the designation process also involves encouraging students to write their lawmaker about the food insecurity issues they face. Now to a student who is the complete package. Providence Academy senior Jacob Halek excels at many different things. Reporter Sonia Goins has more in today's Standout Student.
Jacob Halek plays both offense and defense for the Lions football team. He's also the team captain.
Ooh, nice in and out move.
Ooh, and a left-hand layup, Halek.
The Plymouth resident is also a formidable basketball player.
In basketball, I'm a point guard, and then football, I'm a cornerback and receiver.
Halek's abilities mixes in intelligence, diligence, and confidence.
He's kind of the whole package. So he's got the athletic part going on. He knows how to work hard. He knows how to achieve the goals that he wants.
Just do the pages and current page.
The National Honor Society student enjoys literature and computer science.
I'm not a person that likes to be bored, so I like to use up all my time like the best I can.
The senior can also carry a tune. He's leader of the bass section in the choir, and only one of 2 Providence students accepted into the all-state choir for this school year. He says singing in the choir was a natural pathway to theater. Last year he played Jacob in the school production of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Make different types of music and sing actual choral pieces, and it's like, whoa. Like, this interests me a lot. Are you on the book class?
Volunteering and making the world around him a better place is a top priority. He heads up a school leadership group which spreads school spirit and uplifts the community.
I find joy in helping people, and I feel like it's very important to help people in whatever ways they need to be helped.
Sonia Goins, CCX News.
Scientists say November is one of the cloudiest months of the year here in the upper Midwest, which can make you appreciate a beautiful sunset even more. As we go to break, here's what photojournalist Dustin Scholl captured in Brooklyn Park, Golden Valley, and Maple Grove. Enjoy.
Maple Grove and Centennial met in the Section 5AA girls hockey final a year ago, with the Crimson winning to advance onto the state tournament. The team's first meeting since then came at Maple Grove Community Center in a Northwest Suburban Conference game. Maple Grove's number 10, Stella Retrum, picks up a loose puck in front of the Cougars' net to score with just 7 seconds to play in the first period. The 6th goal of the season for the freshman, 1-0 Crimson. Lauren Stensley gets a breakaway from Maple Grove in the second period, but Anna Gilgosh comes up with a big stop and it remains 1-0 through 2 periods. In goal for Maple Grove was Brooke Casibo, and the junior posts her first career varsity shutout, turning away 20 shots as Maple Grove hangs on for a 1-0 win.
I knew that Centennial was going to be a really good team, and I just mentally prepared as much as I could. But honestly, my defense are just really good at getting the rebounds out. I don't have to worry about the second shot because they always get it out nice.
2 local teams that should contend in the very tough Section 6AA tournament at the end of the season faced off in an early season thriller. Wayzata heading to Benilde-St. Margaret's in this one. Wayzata's Gretchen Brandt, nice toe drag move. She finishes for a 2-0 lead in the first period. Benilde sophomore Mary Zavarol breaks in and zips a shot top corner. That makes it gets the Red Knights on the board. And then a nifty goal here for Wayzata. Sophie Urban sets up Branton, and the Trojans are up 4-1 after 2. But the Red Knights rally in the third. Avery Junker digs out the rebound and muscles it in, cutting the Trojans' lead to 4-3. Lucy Hansen walks into the middle and snaps a quick shot home, and it's 4-all. The teams go to overtime, and Branton caps her big night with a laser shot just under the crossbar. That's the game winner. The Trojans take it 5-4. They are now 4-1 this season. Back to the Northwest Suburban Conference, where 2 local co-op programs faced off Tuesday night. Armstrong-Cooper on the road face off with Osseo-Park Center at the Tin Bin in Osseo. First period breakaway for OPC's Tavery Scher, but Wings goalie Lindsay Batts, nice blocker save there, keeping the game scoreless. The Stars get on the board later in the period, though. Aaliyah Bork muscling around the defender, drops it back. Charlie Sawicki with the goal, and it's 1-0 OPC after 1. Second period, OPC goalie Mackenzie White makes 2 nice saves from in close to preserve the lead. 24 saves in the game for White. Still 1-0 in the third. Chloe Lewis gets this shot on net, and then Claire Smith there to score on the rebound to make it 2-0. And they'd add one more. Sawicki digs the puck out from behind the net. And Gabby Bodine is out front. Bodine's goal makes it 3-0, and that's the final. The Stars win to improve to 1-1 on the season. Champions will be crowned this weekend in adapted soccer. 4 local teams are in the tournament in the 2 divisions. In the PI division, the Robbinsdale Hopkins Mount West Tonka Robins are the top seed from the north. They take on Rochester in the quarterfinals Friday at 5 p.m. Number 3 seed Park Center meets St. Paul Humboldt also at 5 o'clock Friday. Anoka Hennepin is the number 2 seed from the north. They'll take on Minneapolis South in the quarterfinals at 6:30 Friday night. Semifinals in the PI division are Saturday morning at 10:30 with the championship set for 2:30 p.m. all at Stillwater High School. Park Center, representing all 3 District 279 high schools, is the lone entrant from the area in the CI division. The Pirates are the number 2 seed from the north, and they will face off with South Suburban in the quarterfinals Friday at 8 p.m. Semifinals are at noon Saturday with the championship Saturday at 4, again at Stillwater High School. That's all for sports. More news in a moment.